Hello
Hello, internet
to
people.
whoever watches this. Probably just us as we look back and take notes and remember that's not how that's pronounced. Last time on The Fallen Returns, you guys exited the Broken Bones and rejoined your retinue. You took a stop in a little farming town. Some fun was had. Uh, you stocked back up on some things and you headed back down south, very far south, to the Battleforge Keep, where Tyrannus Battleborn leads the clan. Uh, you came knowing that the Battleforges respect battle skills, as their name implies, and so you thought, you know what, we might have to throw some shit down. So you came to his keep with you fall in line or we kick your ass. And to which he replied, well, meet me in the pit, motherfuckers. And so you all went into the pit, asses were kicked, and he's like, nah, you're kind of legit. All right, cool. I'm voting for you for school president there, Connor. And that's where we left off, was after exiting the pit, Tyrannus Battle Forge uh, is now ordering a giant feast to be held because it's been a while since he last met somebody who could uh, sort of match him um, in a fight. So he's ordering this giant feast. You all return to the main hallway. It's huge and open, and some long tables are brought out. They're already starting to pour mead and ale and wine, and it's already starting to flow. And he invites you to his personal table all the way in the back up, almost on a raised platform so you can see everybody. Walking and talking as you all follow him, he makes mention that things are getting a little bit more interesting now. The Ember Falls won't. The Ember Falls won't back anybody. They'll wait until they find a winner. And the Frostborn and the Wolfsbane are still undecided, I believe, the last time I checked. But we'll see.
Well, Connor, what's the play?
Well, we have we have more than two options. We have quite a few. My thoughts is Tyrannus, how quickly can you muster your troops and ready for march?
Calling in the banners. It would take a day or two, but my men are always quick to form up when the call is made. Are we heading to the capital, or are you calling a moot?
They're acting like petulant children. They've lost the right to negotiate this. They're all, as you so aptly put it, they're all vying for a falling crown. So there is no moot, there is no decision. We march to Bavone, I declare myself king. And any who step in the way will be put down.
This is my kind of diplomacy. That sounds to be the best course of action. The Ember Falls will probably respect that the most. I'm unsure of what the Frostfall and the Wolfsbane will do, but at this point, even if they back Shattersteel, Silverlands, or Snow Shield, it doesn't matter. They don't have the sheer numbers that we do.
As much as I would like to bring one more clan into the fold, I think that the three of us, the Black Maul, the Battleforge, and the Hexblades, have a good shot at doing this.
Spells and steel. They are formidable enough. The others will fall in line, or they will fall. I will send the call out tonight They should arrive within a day or so. I will also send word to Tessa to get her and her Eldritch Knights down here as well. Hopefully, fools will see that they are backing a losing cause. The augurs have been scrying for the future. It was at first to see who would be king, but often they talk of darkness. On the horizon, a black sun rising. Ill fortune, I think.
One more question, Tyrannus. The king, does he ail from age, sickness? What is it?
It should not be age. He has only recently started to turn white with age. But he started feeling poorly. They think it illness, but the healers cannot find a source. His spies say there are no poison or assassins doing this work. It is unknown. I would be careful either way. There have always been those who seek the throne and to change the course of Talren's history through shadowed means rather than upfront with the blade.
Well, if I can somehow let this man die with honor, die with a blade in his hand, I would like to do this. So,
As would I. He has not been a bad king. He has tried his best for the prosperity of our people, but unfortunately, he was too complacent towards the end, and now. Now we must regain what honor we have lost and put to right what has been put to wrong. Which I have no doubt that you shall do that.
Professor, can you do me a small favor? You're muted there, Dustin.
I push the button, sometimes it doesn't work. Yes, Connor.
Could you draft a letter for me to the Frostborn and the Wolfsbane?
Yes, of course.
Tell them a change is coming. And that I would love to see them back the right man when we march on Bavone. If they choose to bring their banners, so be it.
Does this look acceptable?
Yeah, this. I would love to go in person, but...
Kona and Lord Tyrannus, I have a question. What are the chances this erupts into a civil war in Talren? I'm not sure I want to be embroiled in a war of succession here.
To be honest, I do not think it will be so. There are now 4 people vying for the crown. Only one has enough support. Right now, the Silver Lance, the Shattersteel, and the Snow Shields only have themselves. The last of the 3 clans have not pledged allegiance to any, which means they will back who they think is the winner. Even if the others were to fall in line, I do not think it will result in civil war. I do not foresee it as such, but I am not a seer myself. Hopefully, our kinsmen will see it is not worth it. I know for a fact that the Silver Lances know when they are beaten, and they will step back if they know that they are not going to achieve their goals. They are honorable people. The Shattersteel, however, they are obstinate at best, and the Snow Shields have held the crown more often than not. I think they will be loath to part with it. But The king's son is a feckless cur. He will not trouble us.
All right. Well, that's slightly more comforting than I was picturing. Let's hope this works.
As do I. I do not want to end up killing kinsmen again in pointless battles. I feel, and as the augurs have said, there's something far greater than us at work here. We will need our strength for that. I will not waste blood and steel upon this.
You don't even know.
And I think the rest of us would agree with you.
But enough about dark tidings and politicking. It has been a long time since there was a melee like that. Even longer still since I had someone to best me. Come, let us feast, and for tonight the worries of the rest of the world shall be far away. And he claps his hands, and you see the servants start to bring out roasted boar and lamb, and there's vegetables and soups, and it smells wonderful in here. And suddenly it's warmer, not too hot, but that nice comfortableness. There is a scent of smoke that sort of hangs over it, and it's deeply pleasant and calming. It's like sitting in front of the hearth at home. And true to his words, for moments in time as you sit here partaking in food and feasting, it's hard to worry when they're surrounded by a raucous good time. There's singing, there's some people drunkenly dancing in the corner. It's awful, but it's joyous. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
At some point during the night, the son that I told to sit down kid, when I took him out of the fight, I think. At some point, I just give him a nod and like raise my glass to him, and then drink.
He looks a lot younger than you thought he would with his helmet off. He looks like he's maybe 17.
Yeah, I beat up a kid, guys.
Way to pick on a 17-year-old.
He's considered an adult here in Telrun. He is old enough to bear a shield and go in a battle, and he has a wicked-looking scar that goes over the bridge of his nose.
So, Aaron, dear, kids and midgets.
Nothing better?
The other one is maybe 21. And he has a set of 3 scars that go from the bridge of his nose down his right cheek to his chin. And they are wide spaced, like a massive beast just took a swipe at his face.
Tough little bastards.
I put up a good fight. You're not wrong, Professor.
They raise their glasses to you all in toast, and they're merry as they laugh, and there seems to be very little ill will here. They seem mightily impressed by you all. And eventually, they'll come over and they'll ask you all, stories of fights that you've had, and surely adventurers such as you have marvelous tales and great deeds to boast about.
I will trade you a tale of ours for a tale of yours.
All right. The eldest of the two, Aiden, with the triple scars, sits there and he points to the scars and he starts telling the tale of how he and his hunting party went out at night into the forest in the realm. They had seen a white stag that they wished to bring home and had run into this mighty beast. At first they did not know what it was, but they heard the howling of wolves. At first they thought it was maybe a dire wolf. But as they turned and looked upon the hill in the clearing, they saw the mighty form of a werewolf. And it was a terrible, terrible fight. And the scars he got were from the werewolf. He was lucky he was not bitten, but he was the one who felled the beast. And he talks with pride about it was a epic fight that took almost until dawn, and as dawn finally raised, he was victorious. And his younger brother just sits there and rolls his fucking eyes like this is the only story he ever fucking tells.
Well, I mean, you do have proof of it after all.
Boy, and the ladies and the gentlemen both like the scars.
Well, they do manage to highlight without marring. It's quite nice. Werewolves here. Oh. I don't think I've actually ever run across one of those. Interesting.
They're fairly nasty. Some of them can be...
Pray that you don't.
Indeed.
Quite troublesome. I once had an apprentice who decided to fight up close to them.
Ooh. That sounded like a bad idea. In return, I will tell him the story of... What was that really nasty thing we fought that... Oh god, we went out to go hunt the creature, the one that nearly killed Mariah at the time?
Oh,
The
the
Marlboro?
Marlboro?
Yeah, that thing that I don't know what the hell it is, but you people will do.
Oh, a Marlboro. And as you tell the tale, his eyes get wide. He's like, you fought one of those. That's supposed to be legendary.
Marlboro. This that Talranian accent picking up again.
It was not an easy kill for us, and we almost lost one of our very favorites.
I hardly came close to dying.
Well, not that time you didn't, darling. But I did refer to Mariah in this one.
Well, yes, of course.
It was scary.
Yes, it was.
Are you still in my saddlebag, Marai?
No, I left and I snuck into the professor's because I don't like the smell of carrots anymore.
Did you
Next
leave
time
any
I'll put
carrots
apples in
behind?
there.
I didn't touch a single one, Professor. I was good. I promise.
Well, then here, have some of this. And I take some meat from my plate and give it to her.
Yes.
I still want to use Flame Dancer as a skewer because I could totally make like self-heating kebabs with those.
Oh god.
Worth it.
Totally.
I hope that weapon is clean.
It's got blood and ichor on it. Whatever. I set it
It's
on
just
fire all the
seasoning,
time.
right?
It's constantly on fire. I'm sure it's fine.
You can't be diseased, you're a paladin.
Yeah, if I get sick, I'll be fine.
God damn it.
Sounds amazing.
So in D&D, all food inspectors are paladins?
Yes.
They just touch it and make the disease go away. There.
You know how the king has the
I need to write that down. I
tester?
had an
It's a
idea.
paladin.
Cleric with a sword, that's paladin.
Oh my god.
That was worth it.
Amazing.
Oh, that was so worth it.
All right.
Reaction.
So we feast for the night.
Yep, you feast. There's telling of stories, warriors sharing their most epic of battles and going, look at this scar. I was fighting this giant dragon, and I told my mate, I said, here, hold my beer. And the guy who's saying this is missing an arm and half of his face. And he goes, totally worth it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
I stand up and kind of walk into where everybody is talking about this, and I say, I've been chasing a man who's really a monster for many years. And I once chased him here to Talren. This is the kind of man who could turn an entire order of clerics against themselves and work for darker purposes. He fled here, and I became a friend with a lot of Talrenians. and I'm can't say I'm not glad to be back, but he gave me this scar, and I'm still hunting him to this day.
Alright, that is a badass story. And there'll be an uproarious cheer. And is there anything else you all would like to do for the evening before call close?
Other than the fact that when she goes to bed, I want her to read a little bit. She wants to read and write. And that's about it.
Yeah, I go to bed and work on more of the earrings.
Make 2 Arcana rolls for me, Professor. Ryle, you read the book, and it's essentially mostly stories about Palor and other various light gods and such stories. I apologize, but I literally could not think of anything to put in that book that would be interesting
No
other
worries.
than there is the sort of abstract tale of old Telrenian lore of Night Everlasting, and that when the moon failed to rise and the sun never did, and the tears of the people finally grew too much, heroes stood up and said no more, and bearing weapons of light, they cut the darkness in twain. And with their calls, the sun rose once more. It's really interesting, because in places you can start to you wonder if this is somewhat not based on echoes of what had happened previously. But with so many thousands of years in between that and now, it's interesting to see what it's become.
Mhm. Interesting. Very cool.
Hi.
Okay. So, Professor, you get 3/4 done on another one.
Very well.
Telmar, as you're praying, you feel a light of sort of emotive warmth settle in your chest. And it sits there for a minute, and then it releases, and you feel safe and sleepy like you haven't been since you were a child.
Okay.
So, you all settle in for the night. It is quiet. Most of the drunken revelers have passed out in the hall, but you all are led to the guest wing, where the beds are soft and covered in furs. Like, it is so toasty and warm that once you climb in, you really don't want to get back out of it. It's just so. It's like being in a cuddle pile almost. Morning comes, and you all leave and head back into the hall. Most of the drunken revelers have since been woken up and have been forced somewhere else so that they can serve breakfast without having people drool all over the place. You all once again are sat at the high table with Tyrannus, and breakfast is served with thick cut bacon and eggs, and Mariah's behaving. She is in the pack. Her head's peeking out, and you can see the little tail like wiggling. Like the little wiggle that cats get right before they pounce. She's not quite pouncing yet. And you all settle down, and Tyrannus makes mention to you all that he's called the Banners, and they should be arriving upon the morrow. That you all will have the full backing of his clan. He's talked to Lady Hexblade, and she is started coming down. They are using teleportation to get to the edges of their land before coming down, so they will be able to meet at the same time for a full proper show of strength when you hit the capital.
All right. So we've got a day to kill.
And you have my entire keep and all of the city below as well.
Right. Well, I reach into the bag of holding and I pull out the little flask of oil that we got, and I hand it towards Corin, and I say, in case you want to look in on your daughter.
Is
you
this
had mentioned-
something that can be reused, or is it like a one-use thing?
I don't know, Professor.
Oh, is this the scrying thing?
The oil of scrying, yeah. I assume it's a one-use thing, but I already
Yeah, I don't know
probably
how it
wouldn't
works. Like, I don't know how it works. I'm sure the professor knows how it works. But I need the ethereal voice
Wait,
to tell me.
Professor! Do you know how this works? Is it a one-way use?
I'm sure it's one use because you got to pour it out.
I'm sure it would be one use as well.
Yeah.
We just pour it back in.
How are you gonna pour something in that you've already
I am
poured
an
out?
idiot! I was looking in the wrong PDF file! Fuck! God
Because
damn
I'm
it.
sure we don't have 20,000 of them.
It is a potion, so it is single use only.
So I should probably save it for a more important use.
Yeah, I mean, we can save it for something that's more important. I'm
Okay.
sure she's alright. I just, if we need to spy in on somebody or something, I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to use something for me personally when it should be for the group.
The Are you saying this at the table?
Probably, yeah.
Tyrannus says he understands what it's like to want to keep an eye on the ones you love. I have a seer who can cast scrying if you would like to take a look.
That would be amazing. I would appreciate that very much.
And he stands up, and he is a hulking bear of a man, and he waves you forward. Then to the sea as we go.
Alright, I follow him. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Right. Could you point me in the way of a library or something like that?
He hopes his library will not disappoint a learned man such as yourself.
Well, that remains to be seen, won't it?
But he motions a servant to see you to his private study, which is the only thing that serves as a library.
I had figured as much.
And you go in, and there is wall-to-ceiling bookshelves full of books and
I was gonna say,
scrolls and stuff.
I thought you were going to be like, wall to ceiling bookshelves had like one dusty book.
And it's a coloring book, already halfway colored through.
No, I was looking forward to that. Okay, I'm just gonna get some Oreos, but what the professor's going to do is investigate, see if anything catches his eye. So if I need to roll for that before.
Investigation, just real quick.
Whoop-a-cha!
Ooh, alright.
Shit.
I'm the professor. Come on, guys.
I know, right? Corin, you get led down a set of stairs into the heart of the keep. As you do, you enter into this room with windows, and in the center is a deep pool used for scrying, and towards the back you see someone, thin, tall figure, hood drawn so you cannot see their face, but you see pale hands out of voluminous sleeves. The figure bows its head to Tyrannus and then bows its head to you. The voice soft, but carries in this room and asks what you would like to see.
I want to see my daughter, Eowyn. She resides in the Dawnwood, back in Tucknell.
I understand your hand, Corin Gladstone.
That's a fancy trick.
There are no tricks here. And she pricks your finger, and a drop of blood falls into the water and ripples. And you watch as the rippling turns and changes and shifts until you see the Dawnwood. Just as you left it, it zooms in and focuses, and for a minute, you're taken back to staring into Bellentine's mirror. And you look as you watch your daughter walking out of the main temple next to Gamel. Gamel is talking, his face pinched, brow creased with worry. Aowen also seems to look a little worried, but she reaches up and pats him on the shoulder and mouths something which you can read, knowing her, says, "It's okay. It'll be okay." And they walk forward down the avenue towards the home you know. As they get closer, you watch as Wiggly Puppy comes bounding up to them, tongue lolling, barking merrily, before they walk in, the door closing behind them, and the image starts to flicker and fade. And the figure in front of you waves and wishes to know if there's anything else you would like to see.
No. That's all. I turn and leave.
A word of caution, Corin Gladstone.
Yeah?
Beware false smiles and pretty words, for they wield venom in their stead.
I've never been one for words. I leave.
Okay. Tyrannus follows you, the door closing with an ominous boom as you get up the stairs and rejoin the main hall where everyone is sort of laughing and waking up the day.
I'm just gonna wander around the town.
Okay. I take it, Aaron dear, you are probably going to get up on the wall.
Yeah, just like a battlement or whatever, on the wall, and taking the view, let Gwaine fly around.
Gwaine is super excited. You let him out.
Exactly.
Like, oh my god!
Run him off leash for a little bit and just hang out up there.
You get the feeling that maybe in another life he was a puppy.
Yeah, that old tracks.
You can see for miles, you see the expanse of the towering countryside stretch out before you. It's beautiful out here. The keep tends to be nestled in sort of this cradle of mountains. So behind you, you see these purple gold mountains jutting up towards the sky as if reaching for the clouds above. and you see farmland and hills and forest roll out for miles and miles. And with your vision, you can see to the east the capital carved from the actual mountainside itself.
All right. I'm picturing being like right there.
It's
Yep.
pretty cool because this is kind of up, providing a very commanding view. They built this place so there was only one way you could siege them. So if you were coming for them, you better be prepared.
They know
Like
they will. Yeah, like Helm's Deep, exactly.
Yes, exactly like Helm's Deep.
Yeah, I spend time there, and I think about, like I said, this is the furthest west I've ever been, and what is happening and everything. And
There's
like,
a lot.
yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. I try to process, and then after a few hours, I go meet Talmar back in the Grand Hall, where we go into the liquor. We raid the liquor cabinet.
There's really no liquor cabinet. There's a liquor hall. It is deep in the castle, so everything is nice and chilled.
Oh my god!
And
I forgot about the mushrooms.
it is epic, and it's long. It is probably almost the furthest down you can get in this thing, and it's like the size of a football field.
I definitely eventually stumble back in. To this.
Like, well, we're gonna have to try to make some kind of dent in this.
Oh, gee, boys, I think this is a job for us.
Telmar, you wander around, and you find rooms and stuff like that. You eventually wander down by the same room Corin was with Tyrannus, only you don't know that. You wander by, and there's a scent that you have not smelled of fresh cut grass and the wildflowers of your home.
I'm gonna go in.
You stick your head in, and it is this room with a basin in the center where there is still water. In a corner, tending to what looks to be jars on a desk, is a tall figure, completely cloaked, hood pulled down to conceal a face. The only thing you can see of skin are pale, thin white
Did
hands.
she notice me?
Makes no motion that they noticed you.
I'm gonna go look at the basin.
You look into the basin and you realize you kind of remember this from something like this from the Hexblades. Also, this vaguely reminds you of Bellentine's mirror.
I'm gonna try and get the attention of the person at the desk.
How so?
I'm gonna clear my throat really loudly.
The figure makes no motion to you,
Mhm.
but you hear a voice. What is it you are looking for, Talmar Leodon?
I found something out that I'd like to see if is true or not.
And the figure turns its head towards you. In the darkness, you still can't see a face, but in the flickering light of the torches, you think you see a mouth pulled into a smile, and you hear a voice go, "You seek to know if your father is still alive.
Yes.
Tell me, what do you hope to accomplish with this?"
I just want to know what happened to him. I've thought he was dead my entire life, and now I've seen things and met people, and I need to know if he abandoned me.
Those are quite a lot of questions. Some I cannot answer, but I can show you if he still lives.
Will it cost me?
There is always a cost in the end. Give me a hand, Tamar Leodon, and you will see.
I kind of very tentatively go ahead and let my hand touch hers. Or it's
Your finger is pricked, a drop of blood falls into the pool, and you watch as the ripples increase and intensify until you see a forest, ancient, old, and gnarled. There is sunlight pouring through, dancing across the leaves, and you see on a stump, a little bit older than you remember, hair lined with white, a man you have not seen in person since you were a child. He sits there with a whetstone, sharpening a blade.
What's all around me? Just the forest. Can I do I notice anything about the surrounding area?
You know, you can see, you've never seen this forest before, but it is old and it is gnarled and it looks like it has survived ages without being touched.
So he's just sharpening his sword on a whetstone. Do I notice anything about him, like what he's wearing, or?
He's wearing what you think, it looks like formal wear, but it's cut like a uniform would be, but you've never seen anything like it before.
I'm gonna try to talk to him.
You start talking and there is no response. And you watch as the figure slowly shakes her head and tells you there is no way you can talk to him through this. It is merely for sight.
Do you know where this is?
If you keep walking the path you are on, you will get there.
Tama kind of bites his lip then, and just watches and sees what he does.
He eventually stops working the blade, he puts the whetstone away, he sheathes it, and he gets up and he walks down through the trees and disappears, and as he does, the vision shimmers and fades.
I kind of start when we get back in, when the room, appears back in front of me, and recoil a little bit from the wizard mage. What? Am I muted? Oh, you can't hear me. No, I said I'm gonna kind of start a bit when I arrive back in the room.
Okay.
And
you never left the room.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Okay.
He's
Delmar's
confused.
not a smart man.
I don't know how magic works.
But I know what love is.
So as you do, she looks at you, and there she says softly, "Be careful where you tread. Your path will take you to dark places where others have fallen. Take care not to let your ideals blind you, as it has so many others."
And Tamar kind of nods and kind of slowly walks out.
You walk out, and as soon as you do, it's like a spell was broken. It's sort of weird sense of time and place in that room, and you eventually wander back in time to see Arendir and Corin about ready to raid that giant ass room of liquor.
Well, you guys better have some good stuff in there.
I think this one's got your name on it, and I pat one of the barrels.
Good stuff, bad stuff. We've got all the stuff, Tabar.
Ooh, you guys have brandy in there?
Oh yeah, there's some brandy in there.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. So I've never had it before, and it sounds sophisticated.
That's some fancy shit. Okay, so Rael, you're wandering around town looking to purchase a proper hat.
Yep.
You find
She's wanted a hat ever since she hit Talren.
You find a place that actually sells clothing. It's very out of place here. It is a decent tailor. They also have shoes and hats. So you see a wide variety of hats. There's wide rim ones. You even see one that's kind of pointed at the top.
Oh dear.
There's sort of all sorts of different hats. You can generally find almost anything you want. There's also boots and fine clothing. There's a lot of furs in here.
Of course, it's cold. Do they have any hats in purple? It's got to match the outfit.
High or low?
Hi.
That's a 99. You can find it in velvet if you want. Leather treated, of course.
Of course. Wouldn't want to wreck it. Yeah, I'm thinking probably something purple leather. Not exactly the sort of Indiana Jones or like McCree hat, but something close.
They managed to get you something, and they customize it a little bit. They asked if you would like some feathers in there as well.
Don't suppose you have barn owl?
Even better, I have barn owlbear feathers.
Ah. Well, I'll have to think of a story to go with those. Wonderful.
It's going to be about 15 gold pieces.
Oh, absolutely.
And you get your hat. Eventually, you sketch and you reflect, and you once again get back in the keep where their servants talking. Jesus fucking Christ, Kyle, disadvantage for that.
Sorry.
You get back and their servants are talking about how the strange foreigners have taken up residence in the liquor hall.
Oh yeah, I bet I know who that is. Oh
It's hard-
yeah. Boys, did you start early?
No, you started late.
Oh, I hope you saved some for me.
Pick a barrel.
There's a lot here. You get that this place is stocked to take care of the battle forges. There is never not anything down here.
I want a shirt that says "Pick a barrel" and it has a bunch of different barrel sizes.
Is this also with the Greenbrier Collective motto?
Yeah.
That I'm totally not gonna have Ken design, so I can give it to Dustin.
He's not listening. It's fine.
You're muted.
I was gonna do Kelladin, but Morgan.
She put a message in the thing that her internet's not working and she can't hear anything. So you know. the usual.
Sorry,
Shit,
I was writing a letter to the Pushman's commissioning art. Sorry.
Oh snap!
That's fine.
So what's happening? What's going on? Is it back to me? What?
I'm doing a.
What?
Who?
Hold on.
Huh?
Talking about a T-shirt.
Oh.
There you go. Perfect.
So, you, Professor, you managed to go to the study. There's lots and lots of books. Most of it's Talrenian history. There's accounts of the skirmishes between Talren. There's a lot of lore from the battle forges. There is an account written about 500 years ago talking about how they were up near the border of Isla Nora, and they were up there for talks with the Hexblades, and they grew tired of the talking and went out to hunt. Without knowing it, they crossed the border into Isla Nora, where they caught sight of this apparition in white. They tried to follow it, and the forest turned old, and the forest came to life and chased it out. There was talk in Sylvan, they thought, or Celestial, a language they didn't understand, they couldn't tell. But later, he repeated it to his father, and he was told that that is a forest that is off limits even to the elves themselves. That within it is a shard of light that will never go out.
That sounds interesting.
All right. I take notes about that. I just sort of peruse some more things, and then I just wait for everyone to come back. I try and keep working on those earrings.
Roll 2 more Arcana for me. Also, so Charles, essentially, a couple people had a run-in with the creepy lady downstairs who's scrying for at people's behest. People are just messing around town because tomorrow morning is when the banners and everybody should arrive. So, is there anything you want to do with this day?
No, not really.
Do you want to brood some more?
Wasn't brooding, was planning.
When you're done planning, you can join us in the liquor room, Connor.
Yeah, there's a giant
It's the size of-
liquor.
Barrels. And
It's
barrels.
it's about 110 yards.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous, but he's going to decline.
What?
What?
Can I live here?
That just means we gotta drink his barrel for him.
I agree.
Perfect.
So, you crazy people who are day drinking.
Have they invented liver transplants yet?
What's a liver?
I'm a paladin. I think I can heal that.
Okay, you know what? Arendir, Corin, Rael, and Talmar roll Constitution.
That's
Oh,
right.
God.
So I'm not drinking that much.
Well, is anybody? All right, first of all, is anybody standing within 10 feet of me?
Probably.
Then yeah, add 4.
24 then.
Oh, jeez.
As Talmor still punks his con saves as usual.
Fuck.
I'm
What'd you
riding
roll?
one. I'm riding one of the barrels like Slim Pickens at the end of
Yes.
Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, so that's a 6.
It is.
Okay, so you guys are getting fairly. I'm not saying you guys are going full out, but you're starting to feel it. Rael, you're feeling it more than everybody else. Because this is some good
I'm
stuff.
feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
Exactly.
Give me another couple glasses and I'll feel it even more.
Good thing we have a whole another day to worry about stuff. I keep drinking.
Well, I don't know if it's okay. I saw Gamel and Winnie, and they seemed really worried about something. And so that's a thing.
But they're alright.
They're all right.
That's
They're
good.
not hurt, at least.
That's very good. I quite like your home. I want to go back and visit it.
That would be wonderful.
That's kind of literally my life, Tama.
Do you know anything about old forests?
Sort of.
I don't know where it is, but it's old and there's people there.
There's people in a lot of different old forests, Talmar.
Did you- You just did you have a dream? What?
There's scary lady in the ballroom.
Oh, you mean the seer?
What?
She helped me scry to see my
I
daughter.
don't know what that means.
It's like a vision to see something.
Okay.
Like with the Mario, with the mirror.
Okay. Well, anyways,
You
I
mean
think I saw
Valentine.
my dad and stuff, and it was a weird old forest. I think it was gnarled. I don't know.
Did you see any glowy trees?
No.
No, that would have been easy. That would have been Charlene. But
Is this ringing any bells for anything I've read? Maybe.
Roll history.
I don't know how I think Homer's fun.
Can I also roll history?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna also roll history, even though I know it's
Proficient.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
God
Well,
damn
I will-
it!
I rolled a 6.
I got a 2.
14.
Aaron, dear.
Should die.
Wait, Aaron, dear, roll with advantage because it's Forrest and yell.
I was gonna ask. That's a natural 20.
All right.
Oh shit.
So
Oh
21.
man, this is the
Providence.
best. Rael, you're pretty sure that it sounds like places you've heard about in Isla Nora. Aaron, dear, you know for certain it's in Isla Nora. You know for certain it's in the south of Isla Nora. There's a lot of ancient growth there, ancient forests that are left untouched, they were at one point considered sacred to the elves, and they've generally left it alone. Lots and lots of magic tied into those trees. Even experienced hunters don't dare tread there.
Well, lucky for you, Talmar, you're such a good describer of everything. I figured it out, and then I relay all that.
So he's doing elf things? Maybe?
Doing elf things where he's not supposed to be doing elf things. Nobody goes there.
Really?
Well, not anymore. It was sacred to the elves once, but people avoid it generally. Weird, spooky trees with sharp, pointy teeth. I made up the teeth part.
I thought the trees did have teeth there.
They may have, I don't know. Elf shit.
Okay.
Well, it's like you said.
Okay. Got it. I'm gonna go back to drinking.
All right.
You all spend the rest of your day just drinking and relaxing, taking a steady pace so you don't get too drunk, but you enjoy it. Professor, you do get that one earring done. You get a good portion of the next one done. Connor, you spend most of your time in the war room. Tyrannus offers all the sort of maps and whatnot you need. His war room is huge, and there's a giant table in the center with a carved map of Tal Ren. Like, I'm talking like 3D model kind of shit. This guy takes his war very seriously. And he gets you all the updated information on how many troops each clan can field, if there is going to be a battle around the capital, which way to pitch it, where there are choke points, where they would be at most advantage. And you two managed to come up with as much information and battle plans as you can have without there being an actual battle.
What was one in the mine before was one on the field?
Oi. Hopefully it won't come to this. I am not one to shy away from a fight, but I have a feeling there is a bigger one at hand. I'd rather save my strength for that.
If I can save as many lives, I will. But in the end, Talren must unite.
And it will. For once. Eventually, you guys settle down for dinner, and it's a lot less fanfare than the night before. People still get drunk, but it's not a big revelry. And you all go to sleep, and the next morning, you all wake up and head down to breakfast. You can see Tyrannus has been up for a while. And he's as you see there, standing in a mix of armor and robes, is Tessa Hexblade. With her... It is interesting, Professor, to see, but it is a sort of book of magic almost, not unlike the one you have, but it is almost armor plated, as if meant to withstand battle, and maybe be used as a weapon.
That's pretty badass.
And they're in talks as they wave you over.
At least I think there's a fucking We're outside.
It is a bludgeoning book.
I guess we have approached
Take it.
the Hexblade and Battleforge.
They both incline their head to you all as Tessa offers you a warm smile and says, "The might of Hexblade is at your command." And Tyrannus also nods and goes, "Oi, the bannermen are already arriving. We should be good to move by midday."
Any word from the Frostborn and the Wolfsbane?
Frostborn says they are not ones to put it their way, dumb. They know when they see it. Seeing the Hexblades, the Battleforges, and the Black Moles once again aligned, they know where their allegiance lies. They have pledged their men as well. Wolfsbane have not returned back to me as yet, and neither have the Emberfall, who I have personally reached out to. But I am not surprised by this.
Let's half the clans. Ugh.
When we arrive at the capital, none will be able to deny your claim. As you all stand there talking, there is the pounding of feet, a quick staccato against the floor, and you watch as this young man just flat out sprints to you all, sweat plastered, his hair to his face, out of breath as he slides to a stop. In his hand is a crumpled paper which he holds up
Oh shit.
to Tyrannus.
Fuck.
That can't be good.
Not at all.
He
Not
takes
that
the
much
paper,
haste.
he opens it, his eyes scanning the page, and then he slowly closes his eyes. The king is dead.
Oh dear.
We must make all haste, Bavone, now.
I will rally the men. We will leave at once. Those who have not arrived, they can meet us on the path to the capital. And he strides out, immediately calling orders, his voice booming across the keep as people start to scatter. You see Tess sigh, her head bowed. She says a prayer and nods to you before going out to rally her troops as well.
Our window is closing. We don't have a lot of time.
Oh, we do not.
With the king dead, does somebody automatically get the crown?
What are the laws of succession here in Talren?
Normally, I'm if Snicket allows me to run with this.
I'm interested to see.
Okay. Normally, a moot would be called, the clans would meet, they'd vote on the next succession. That's a normal time, but in times of crisis and war, the strongest clan would normally step up and take the burden. And this is exactly what we are in. We are in a time of crisis and war. There is no time to stand and discuss amongst each other what political backstabbing can be more beneficial to everyone else. We must go to Bavo, we must declare. We have half the clans backing us now. The Emberfall will most likely fall into line, and I have no idea what the Wolfsbane will do. The other three are still divided and unwilling to work together. Especially now with the king dead.
What if clans refuse to follow us?
That's an option we'll deal with. It's a risk. But if we call them moot, I guarantee the Black Maul will not end up we will not end up on top. The Black Maul has no political favor left. What we have strength in arms. And in the Talren I remember, that was respected more than some political plays. And that is what we will do, And hopefully they still remember the old ways and the ways that made Talren great, that they will not let their own personal ambitions and bullshit get in the way of uniting Talren. I am setting aside blood debts to do this. The Shattered Steel will walk away clean when all I want to do is shatter them and break them.
I guess we need to make them understand the crisis that stands before them. Demorio.
There's something far bigger than a bickering of clans. We do not unite, there will be no bickering. All the bickering in the world will not save us.
Then we march.
We've got your back, as always.
I have a feeling I'm going to need you this time.
As opposed to the other times.
Yeah, no, I had that all myself.
I think he's starting to like us after all, Corin.
Corin's never liked us. Connor likes us.
Connor, will they listen to words?
Doubtful.
Especially words from an outsider.
I doubt it at this point. Talren's always respected direct speech, and having someone speak for someone else has never been... never shown as respected. Show that I am too weak, or that I do not possess the faculties or my own will to speak for myself.
All right. Well, then you have my magic and everything else at your back.
Show force. Maybe we break a few. We may need to beat the clan leaders into submission. I do not see this going into all-out war. I see us maybe killing a few and letting a few more like-minded people take control of their clans. Let those who are willing to see the crisis to step up into their duty.
And if they have a champion, if you cut off the head of the snake, that might avail us the best.
Kill as few as possible. Talren needs to be strong.
We can't afford to squander Talren's strength with a civil war.
And with that, I agree with you entirely. Talren must be strong. Talren must be whole.
You'll head out.
Yes.
With all haste.
You all head out, and as you exit the keep, you look down to the valley below, and before you stretch in the field, you see the hex blades, you see the battle forge, and you see the black maul as well. Stretched out in an array of colors, a show of force that has not been seen in quite some time. You all saddle up, and you head east towards Bavone.
Well, if this doesn't send a message, I don't know what will in time.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Talren marches to war.
It takes you about 2 days of hard marching, but there is no time to wait. You feel the pressure of what is to come upon your shoulders. You know that if you are to unite this kingdom into one, unite them at your back for what is ahead, you know you must do this, and quickly. Eventually, you pull sight to the capital of Bavone. If I could get Roll20 to be nice.
Oh, shit.
Carved from what used to be a giant mountain peak is the city of Bavone.
Oh, shit.
In the entire time that the kingdom has existed, it has only been taken once, and that was from within.
Is that what made the Hala happen?
Yep. It is an elegant town of high walls and spires and it's hard not to feel this overwhelming sense of awe as you come up to the castle, your bannerman at your back, this sort of army stretching out for miles behind you. You all get reports from scouts ahead. You see over the hill as you're marching closer to the capital, the Frostborns and all of their banners, and they pull up beside you. And as you're up front with Tyrannus and Tessa, you see a middle-aged young man. Anyway, you see a guy, and he's got brown hair starting to be streaked with gray at the temples and a big bushy beard. And he is wearing the finery of the Frostborn. And as he waits to be allowed to come near, inclining his head, this is Lord Bryce Frostborn. He is the head of the clan, and he is here to say that he will back you as king.
Your support is needed in this time of upheaval.
Indeed. It is a late hour for this. Hopefully there will be no bloodshed. I also bear word from the Wolfsbane. Edgar, the Lord of Wolfsbane, has said that he is neutral. He will pledge to no one, nor will he interfere. Whoever is meant to be king will be wearing the crown by the end of this. He also bears word from Emberfall. He went to talk to them to see where they were going to fall. They said they were coming to the capital, and they will see who comes out on top.
Fucking cowards.
As always.
Well, it looks like I have the best of Talren at my back.
Agreed. I have already heard tell that Lady Gwyn is thinking of retreating from her claim to the crown. This is Gwyn Silverlance. She knows when she is beat, she has no support other than her own kinsmen. And without strong support, even though she feels she is strong, she will not take the crown. So she is pulling back her troops from the capital as we speak. She says she will bend the knee to whoever becomes the king. Which leaves Dunstan Shattersteel, who you know is the Lord of the Shattersteels. He is in his mid to late 50s, still strong. He is ruthless. He is, I will do what I must to see my clan prosper, even if it is the expense of others. And you know that the king's young son, Alfred, is the one who is attempting to take the crown for himself, feeling it is his by right. He is a young man of 21, yet untested in the field of battle.
Alfred would be Snow Shields.
Yep, it's the Snow Shield.
Yeah.
Dunstan. Fuck.
Thank you, honey.
That's a funny A and E.
How the hell did you do that?
Ethelred.
Ethelred the Unready, which in Anglo-Saxon means good counsel the no counsel. Lol, history jokes. Anyway, so they, after conferring, suggest to you, O Lord Blackmaul, that we enter the city post haste and make way for the Ivory Throne.
Do the gates stand open?
The gates are open. They recommend that you don't try to march the armies through the city itself, but they will stand at the ready for a moment's notice. And Tessa says that all she needs is your notice, and she will flick her wrist, and the army will be at our beck and call.
Well, that's a useful trick.
Magic.
You teach that to him, and I point to the professor.
I have a feeling he has more to teach me than I can teach him.
You're probably correct.
She laughs at this and nods because it's true.
Well, my friends, shall we do this?
Well, let's make you king, you fucking bastard.
Yeah.
Question. So,
Yeah, I'm muted.
what are the Frostborn specialized in?
They are generally ranged, and they are also cavalry.
Oh,
They breed and train the best war horses in the kingdom. They're expert riders and also expert marksmen. The Wolfsbane are typically most where the rangers are. They are notorious for guerrilla tactics. If they are in the forest, you will never see them coming.
Well, it's good to know that we have the Mongol tribes on our side.
Wolfsbane has the Silver Lances are what I would consider almost chevalier. They are devastatingly frontline. They are mighty and they are fierce, but they are also extremely honorable to the point where they are lawful obnoxious with their lawful good. Guerrilla cavalry.
That'd be the scariest fucking thing in the world.
Guerrilla cavalry, with their motto is "Our jimmies are always
Always
ruffled."
rustled.
That's their secret.
They
I
don't
just
take a whole lot to feed them, just a lot of peanut butter.
I just got this ridiculous image in my head of just like a gorilla charge and just silverbacks like Helm's Deep, but with gorillas.
Jesus, that's
Winston
terrifying.
Lee charge.
God.
That'd be terrifying.
Note to self.
Note to self for a major image at some point.
All right.
You guys are going in?
Yes.
Do we bring your new friend? And I motion to the giant direwolf. Or is he back up out here?
And Bucky can lead the army.
Bucky can lead the army.
Oh, I planned on riding my horse into the city. I don't know
Yes,
about you.
let's make a show. So, future
Yeah.
king riding into the city on a gigantic dire wolf is.
I ride over towards some Blackwall bannerman and take the banner from him.
He lets you have
I'll
it.
bring this back later.
I have been holding it since we left.
So, Indira, you do realize now that makes you my bannerman.
Colred, I got this for you.
I'll
No.
take it from you. I'll take it from you. It's all right.
It's amazing. You all enter the city of Bavone. You are going to have to traverse up. The city, most everywhere, has draped in black of mourning of the king. But the populace seems to be steeling themselves for what is to come. They know this was coming. And as soon as the king died, they knew this would happen. Most everybody is indoors. Doors are locked, shuttered, barred. They are ready to be sieged. As you head up to the castle proper,
Oh, whoa! I like that skull up here.
That's terrifying. And I'm just thinking like we're fucking like trying to storm Minas Tirith and we're fucked.
That's exactly what this looks like. Yeah.
Well,
You know me, I'm a sucker for art, and I'm like, this is almost what's like it in my head. And considering I fucking can't draw architecture,
Oh, and I love the
That's-
fact that it's actually like it looks like Mjolnir, like the hammer with the skull.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
there
Nice.
is a method to my madness.
All the Norse symbolism. Mm.
So this is a weird amalgamation of like the Scottish clan system, Norse, and a whole bunch of other weird stuff. I like it.
I love it.
It's amazing. This has not been sieged since the Stormcallers were last seen here. And you come up to the gates with Lord Frostfall, Lord Battleforge, and Lady Hexblade at your back, as well as the companions you have been traveling for oh so long on this path. You open the doors, and immediately there is the long hallway, almost straight away to the throne room. It is giant. There are large windows with balconies that look out over the city itself and for tens of miles beyond. This is truly the peak of this mountain, as well as the apex of this kingdom. You walk in, and this gold runner goes all the way back to the ivory throne, the back of this throne rising 15 feet from the seat. In it carved the legacy of the kings of Talren. And before it, as it sits empty, is Alfred Snowshield and Dunstan Shattersteel. Dunstan Shattersteel, mid-50s, black hair, liberally streaked with white. He is missing an eye, but wears no patch. The other is a brown so dark it looks pitch black. He sits there with a scarred face, wearing the silvers and blacks and purples of the Shattersteels. You see Alfred Snowshield, no more than 21, completely unmarked by battle. He has almost platinum blonde hair pulled back in a thick plait, no beard, as he wears whites and light blues of his clan. And they seem to be talking to themselves, turning and looking at you all as you enter in. The other lords fall in line behind your companions, even knowing that your retinue is there first, showing how far you have come. You feel the black maul against your back, almost a soothing weight as you walk forward. Alfred looks at you with these deep blue eyes, piercing, no malice, even no recognition in his eyes. He has no idea who the hell you are. Dunstan, however, looks at you with his one good eye, and it narrows before his face turns into a blank mask. And Alfred sits there and sighs. Another pretender to the throne.
You speak of pretenders, but you don't have the gall to step on that throne.
It is mine by right, by birth. I am my father's son, and as he made all to heal him, so you shall to me.
And when has Talren followed the rights and traditions of weaker countries? That throne belongs to the strongest among us, those willing to lead and those willing to fight.
So says the lowly blacksmith from the town that was broken. Petty words.
You speak of petty words while you raided during war, broke a village that did nothing to your clan, stole everything from my people and from me.
Such is the right of those with strength. If you were strong, you would have fought us off. Instead, your women cried, your children wailed, and your men fell beneath us. You
And
are
yet-
unworthy of the throne.
And yet here we are.
How far is from him?
You are about maybe 10 feet away.
All right, I'm going to step up within like nose to nose with this fuck. The only thing stopping me from breaking you like the dog that you are is that I need your clan. Petty differences, blood debts need to be set aside. There's a greater darkness growing, and we need Talren to unite. They won't unite behind you, and you know it. They won't unite behind the boy. I have 4 clans standing behind me. You have none. Do the right thing, step aside, or you will be broken beneath the Black Maw. We are not the simpering cowards we were 20 years ago. We are strong. We are here.
Roll strength plus proficiency.
Strength proficiency. What is that? It's actually pretty decent with the Black Maw. That's not what I want to do, Charles. I'm screwing up, guys, because I'm fucking freaking out.
You can do
Got
it.
this.
Breathe,
gonna be the
dude, you
best.
got it.
I'm staying pretty close to Connor, and I'm watching this dude. If he makes any shifty movements, I'm gonna drop my hammer and just try to stab him with the pointy end of the banner.
Okay, just to let you know that you also have DM Inspiration if you wanted to use that as well.
Well, I just rolled a 22, so I'm...
Okay. As you stand there making these declarations, you notice Alfred's face change. He goes from being standoffish to almost pensive. Dunstan, as always, is an impenetrable iron mask, but Alfred switches from one foot to the other, his brows furrowing a bit, going, "The rumors are true, what the seers have said. The dark sun is rising."
We must be the starting point for this war. Talren must unite. And if I have to go through both of you, I will. Neither of you, hold the right to sit on that throne by deed, by birth, by nothing. We could have called a moot, and at this point, I would have won. So, make your decision. Step aside or be beaten down.
Alfred looks at you, looks at your companions, then looks at the lords behind you, and his shoulders slump. And he mutters to where only you can hear as he walks up to you of, "I was always a disappointment to my father. Even now I cannot do him justice." And he sort of nods to you and goes, I take back my claim. I will give you no worry." And he walks out. Dunstan turns and faces you, almost eye level with you, his arms crossing over his chest. And there is a sort of rueful sneer to his face, made worse by the scars on his lips, tugging and pulling at the corners. "You are a cur, as was your father and your kinsman. You will lead this country to ruin." But as you said, I have no support. Now, enjoy the crown while you have it on your head, and a head to hold it. And he turns to walk away, showing you his back, cutting you off, not willing to even hear one word out of you.
As he
Dunstan,
walks by. Oh, sorry.
He stops.
Know this. Blood debts may be set aside today, but you will break beneath the Black Maw before this is done. I will have my justice.
He smiles, all teeth, his eye glittering. You can certainly try. Lord knows your wife did. And he walks the fuck out.
Oh shit.
Can I roll insight on that motherfucker, please?
Go right ahead.
I want to know if he's full of shit. Or if he's gonna betray us at his first chance.
Anybody who wants to roll insight can roll insight.
And I'm certain that he is planning on betraying us at his first chance.
So, I love everyone. I know I just talked us out of a fight, but...
Hey man, we need to save Talren's strength.
God damn it, no Cortana. I wasn't talking to you.
Go hang out in Master Chief's head. Go away.
You leave me alone.
Arthur,
I forgot I
chew
was
it,
gonna
you
roll
idiot.
insight. Herp.
Rael and Corin. Oh, okay. Come on, everybody. Roll insight. It's gonna be an insight party. No, god damn. Rael and Corin, it is hard to read this man. You get the feeling that he is true enough to his word that for now you all are safe. Whether or not he will keep it that way for a long period of time is unknown. But right now, as he has no backing whatsoever, he won't try anything. This is very much the talk of someone who is used to acting when he has a position of strength and nothing else.
Are you gonna go kick the shit out of him, Connor?
Mm-hmm.
He starts walking out
Nope.
through the doors.
I cut him off.
Don't have time.
If anyone's got any objections to doing this or whatever, because I know
Yeah.
if someone tries to stop Connor, he'll stop. But at this moment, it's all just gut.
I'm gonna kind of like hold my hand out and kind of stop you from following
The
him.
professor is doing the same thing. Now is not the time, Connor. We must think of the war ahead of us, not the bickering between the two of us. Between two. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
He has no power right now. The only power he has is words. The only thing he can do is make you look weak if you respond to his idle threats. Show yourself above him and show them that he's worthless as he is. Not even worth destroying.
We need to keep an eye on him now.
Well, of course.
Like you said, Connor, there will be a time that you will get your justice. I swear it.
As you said, blood debts can be set aside for now. They won't trust us if you don't keep to that.
I never wanted this.
The good news is, once we've saved the world, you would give it up.
Someone you
I don't
trust.
think
Once
that's
you do the hard part, then you can you stop enjoying it.
All right then. So I will ascend the steps to the ivory throne.
As you do, you hear a voice ring out from behind all of you. So that's that then. No bloodshed for a fucking succession. Thank the fucking gods. Too old for this shit. And you see this gnarled old man leaning heavily on his staff, just tottering forward as he sort of moves around you all. In my time upon this earth, I have seen too many fools shedding blood when it was not necessary. Oh, but Talren's fortune always lies in battles, a bunch of bullshit.
Oh my god, is this Old Man Jenkins?
I'm gonna ask if I can help him. Like, can I help you,
No,
sir?
no, damn it, I know what I'm doing. I have not been Chancellor of Talren my entire life for nothing.
I see.
And he looks to you, Connor, upon the ivory throne, and he bows as low as he can, considering how old he is. My lord,
Oh my god.
I am Cedric Frostborn. As always, I have been a neutral party and Chancellor of Talren for the last, I think, about 65 years.
Well, fuck.
And since you have now standing unopposed on the throne, it belongs to you by right. Which is good, because I do not want to fucking sit there and watch a whole bunch of people kill themselves over that fucking crown again.
Yeah, that seat looks uncomfortable.
Well, that's because there's no cushions on it. We took the cushions off to wash them. You think we're going to let someone sit them ass bare on stone?
Isn't that
Give
how
us a
kingdoms
little
work?
credit here.
You know, Talren, you don't tend to do things as, the smart way a lot.
This is my castle, boy!
I thought the throne was supposed to be uncomfortable.
You try sitting and ruling on it for 10 hours a day and not have your bum go numb.
No, thank you. Not for me.
That's why they don't put me in charge of things. Not even the map.
Aye, but it's not formal yet. We'll need to have a coronation and call in all the heads. And yes, it is tedious work, but it must be done for it to be legitimate. And then you can have the kingdom.
Oh, sweet. The coronation.
I should have them call out, and at least you have Lady Tessa and Lord Tyrannus and Lord Ulrich. I did not see you there in the corner, hanging out in shadows. Are we?
Is this the part where Snicket starts talking to herself?
I was going to say, you're going to have to answer yourself.
You see, as you turn around to see what he's looking at, there is a tall man in the corner wearing reds and oranges and burnished gold of the Emberfall. And he seems to be hanging out in the doorway, leaning against the frame, watching you. He has sort of deep chestnut brown hair, pulled back in a ponytail, and a neat cut beard. He has a wry smile on his face, and he shrugs. I merely hang out in shadows when I am watching. I have no quarrel here. I merely wish to see history in the making. I heard that the Black Law had called many bannermen to them and were seeking to ascend the throne. I merely wish to come and see it. And he walks forward with an elegant bow to you, Connor, and goes down to one knee. I, as head of the Emberfalls, pledge my loyalty to you, O King of Talren.
Well, I guess better late than never.
Well, fashionably late is how I like to put it. I understand that people find our deliberation distasteful, but I am merely looking out for the well-being of my people.
I understand the need to look out for those you love and those you protect. But the time of sitting on the fence of being undecided ends. You've backed me now. You will follow me to ruin if I lead it.
To the 9 hells and the abyss, if that is where you desire, my lord.
It honestly might take that.
Truly? Oh, now that would be interesting.
Well,
And you see Cedric go, yes, 9 hells, the abyss, whatever. I have work to be doing. Now, if you excuse me, I need to call Wolfsbane in here. Fucking morons. And call Silverlands back here. She left in a fucking huff. And-
Cedric, Chancellor Cedric, whatever your
Yes?
possible. This letter might be of interest to you. And I hand him the letter from my brother.
He takes the letter and he sort of pats his robes a bit until he takes out Coke bottle lens glasses and purchases on his long nose. And he goes, yes, let me see. My word. Are you pissing on my leg and telling me it's raining?
I am absolutely doing nothing of the sort. How vulgar.
It is a Tauren expression. Pardon my
Does
uncouthness.
not surprise me.
It's like, well, if that is the case, I shall send formal declarations and an envoy. And Lady Hexblade stands up. It is all right, Chancellor. I have sent an emissary out already. Have you now? People doing official things without telling me. Fine. I shall focus on the coronation, which shall happen upon the morrow, because I wish to get this done. The kingdom must be united. It was bad enough when the king was ill. Too much fell to the wayside, but not any longer. It's good to have young blood on the throne. And I am not a spry chicken, right? I will get about the coronation. I will send for the heads. Upon the morrow, we will have the coronation. You will be declared king. If you need anything else, talk to one of the servants. I'm busy.
What a strange.
Click, as he walks by. Ulfric stands up, smoothing out his finery, and nods his head towards you and goes, by your leave, your majesty.
I'm
not calling
never
it that.
going to get used to being called that.
Good news, I won't call you that.
Good, because if you did, I'd beat the fuck out of you.
You could certainly try to beat the fuck out of me.
Good. I was going to ask if we had to do that as well.
I would definitely call you that, but I would be making fun of you when I do it.
Tess smiles and tries to hide the grin. Tyrannus just sits there and he shakes his head. It looks like that we have done what we set out to do with far less blood than I had anticipated, which is good. I feared what is to come. I still can't help but shake that this was a little too easy, but I will take it. I will tell my troops to be on alert just in case someone does something foolish.
I'd keep an eye out on Lord
Sounds-
Shattersteel.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, most assuredly, that fuckhead, to put it colloquially, is not going to be left out of our sights. And Tess nods and goes, yes, I will keep eyes trained on him. I will see if we can have someone we trust retreat back to his domain to make sure he's not plotting. I do not think he'll be here for your coronation, Connor. But that is probably for the best.
I would agree.
I would agree as well. As long as his men do as I command, and
I will say there are not quite a lot of people like Dunstan and the Shattersteels. They yearn for other leadership, but none have been strong enough to best him yet. But we will see.
We should have just bashed his skull in when Leo was here then.
and we
Saved
lose.
us.
We lose the support. We lose our legitimacy of saying this was that we wanted to unite Talren. If I would have let my personal desires overrule what the needs of this country, I lose this all.
Tyrannus sits there and starts waving. Well, there's nothing to stop you from ordering his execution as soon as you ascend to the throne anyway. I'm just saying. I mean,
It's just an option, is what
it's
you
an
mean.
option. He He disrespected you on your day of your ascension. I'm saying I've seen people killed for this.
I like
And
this guy.
Tess starts just rubbing the bridge of her nose and sighs and just, if you have need of me, I will be sending someone to keep an eye on him. By your leave.
Be pleased.
Yes.
Be pleased.
Good day.
Yay.
Good day.
Okay.
Tess leaves. Tyrannus nods and says he's going to see to the troops. Before you is the throne. Connor, as you sit there, you look to the left and to the right, and there are these huge arching glass windows with doorways embedded in them, and you can see balconies that lead out for a commanding view of not only of this capital, but of your kingdom. And it is hard to wrap your head around. Just so many years ago, you were fighting bloody-knuckled in an alley for money. And here you are in a place you never thought you would ever be. And there's this sort of sense of purpose there. And aside from the jabs of the Shatter Steels, you know you are doing is what is right, what you must. Oh shit! There are already servants moving about.
I say, don't forget, I was raised in a palace. I know how this works. Don't get too high and mighty up there.
You watch as Tyrannus goes to the balcony, throwing open the doors, and he takes to the balcony, and in a booming voice that carries, you hear, "All hail Black Maul." And it's quiet, and he does it again. "All hail Black Maul." He does this a couple more times before you start to hear it, each one of you from where you're standing, coming up from the balcony through the doorway. The people of the capital are returning. Black Maul, Black Maul, Black Maul. Acknowledgement of their new king, of this new era, set forth by you all.
I am not kneeling for you, Connor. I hope you don't mind. A wizard takes no sides, even though I sort of took a side here. I'm not taking a side.
From now on.
I'm not putting my knees down. I put my knees down for no one. Unless my wife tells me to.
Ew.
They really are good at shouting, aren't they?
Black Maul, Black Maul, Black Maul.
You should probably go talk to your people.
Do I have to?
Well, if you don't want to be king all of a sudden, you can let Alfred be king.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Correct.
So I will go up to Tyrannus and just put a hand on his shoulder and thank you for your support and thank you for this. And I shall mother
The Lannisters send their regards.
The Shattered Steel sent their regards. Double agent the entire time.
Smirks and inclines his head and goes, "You can also designate someone to talk for you if you wish. That's the perks of being king, is you get to tell other people to do shit for you. That's why I like being lord. I usually make my sons do all this shit." And he just pats your shoulder and he walks off.
You could always make the old man do it.
The old man's busy. I think he'd kill me if I bothered him with this.
He has a lot.
Say goddamn speeches, I'm busy!
I
He
mean,
has a lot to arrange before tomorrow.
all you have to do is kind of wave at the crowd. It's all right. Just kind of wave.
No, I'll walk up to the out of the balcony. Is just like the entire city just out chanting? Sneaky.
As you look out, you've noticed the people have come out of their houses. They've started to assemble down by the castle gates, a riot of colors against the snowy white stone of the capital itself. They're cheering, and as you come up and hold up your hands, the chanting stutters and then falls quiet as if waiting for you.
People of Talren, I never once dreamed I would be standing here on this in any capacity. I was nothing more than a lowly blacksmith's son, whose greatest dreams and aspirations for once may have been to accept the patronage of the man sitting in this seat. But that has not come to be. I am now your king. I will not ask of you anything that I would not do myself. Talren was weak. Like any good blacksmith knows, a weak blade must be broken and reforged. We will be reforged in the fires of war. There is a darkness on the rise. There's more than we know and more than we can fathom. But today, Talren stands united as one.
As you finish, there is a cheer, and you feel it rumble in your chest. It's so loud. It echoes off the walls of the building, off the castle itself as it rises up to meet you. This is a new feeling for you. There are people listening to you, responding to your words, taking it and uplifting it. Whatever darkness lies ahead, you know that there are these people who will have your back. You have a kingdom at your command. And they are ready to go to war at your command.
Yay, I'm like at a loss of what to do now.
Cedric actually comes back hobbling. Well, now that I've sent out for them to come back so we can have this coronation in the morning, I suppose I should show you to your rooms. Unfortunately, Your Majesty, the royal quarters are still being cleansed. We are unsure if he died of illness or something far more fouler. So
We
to be
should
safe, we are
probably
having it
investigate
cleansed, we are
that.
having it blessed. The whole 9 yards.
Can we see the
Um,
body?
Yes, was about to say the same thing, Talmar. I might be able to I have some knowledge in that.
As do I. And I can assist you.
Oh, fine. If that's what you want to do. Come.
Do you mind if I go with, boys?
No, more the merrier.
Jeez. We might need the inspiration.
So who's going to the royal quarters?
Well, I am, I guess.
Well, if the body's there, then
Where the body is where I'm going.
No,
Yeah.
the body is lying in repose at the moment, so
Okay,
you guys
that's where
there's
we're
no
going.
body there. Also, bio break real quick.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, please.
5-minute bio break, and we'll be back.
Second, that was awesome.
That was
Yes,
awesome.
that was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, then where the body is.
Yeah. Plus, I think the three of us were going to go down there.
Go
Someone
to
should
the
tell me
body.
Zoom recording.
Oh, there you go. Hey, you're back, just in time. So,
Perfect.
yeah, we'll start.
Go.
So, Corin, Telmar, and Rael, you all asked to see the body. Cedric has a servant lead you down, and down, and down, and down, and down, until you are where the body is lying. It's a simple carved room with a table in the center. There is a funeral shroud that's been pulled over his body. There are guards outside the door, but otherwise there's literally nothing else in here. And it is cold.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Um,
expend a divine sense when we first get there, just to see if the corpse has been desecrated at all,
Mm-mm.
or any kind of like any
No, he
sense of
just
evil
dead.
comes over it.
He just dead.
Okay.
I step up to the body and I like look over to the dude and like to make sure it's okay that I like examine it and stuff.
He just waves you on. Cedric has said that you guys can investigate, as long as you don't start like cutting it open and start chewing.
I'm just kind of looking.
Might
I kind of want to try the idea that I had for that spell snicket, and use this as part of the like process of making it. Do you know what I mean?
And he breaks through the glass coffin like undead Lenin.
No.
Haha, that's what we
Oh,
wanted
so
you to think.
We jostled the piece of apple in his throat.
So what spell is this again?
The one where I like project my consciousness into like the person's body to like get a sense of like injuries and stuff, and
What?
like
Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it. No, I'm just like this is part of the process of like experimenting to see if this is something that I
Oh,
can
God.
do.
Oh no, experimental magic. This will go well.
Oh man, this is difficult.
It doesn't have to be. I can just do a medicine check to inspect the body.
Well, do a medicine check first.
All right. Well, I'm going to assist with that.
Okay. 19.
You look at it, and his form is emaciated, sunken in. You can tell that was before death as well. There are dark circles under his eyes. You look at his nails, and they're long, with the long bits, the dead bits being a very odd color. It's a little bit discolored, but that shouldn't be from death. And the more you look at it, the more you're like, this doesn't look like any illness you've run against before.
So it's not like gangrenous. It's just like a discoloration in the skin tone.
Yes.
Can we try to see if there was a poison or something like that in there?
There's a spell for that, but I don't think I have it.
There is, and I don't have it prepared today.
Oh no, that sounds to be stuck in my head forever now.
Oh,
Welcome.
no.
You can make another round of medicine checks if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look as well.
18.
Okay.
Do I roll if I'm assisting?
If you're assisting him, Corin, roll with advantage.
Yes.
I was.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I already was.
Can I try to roll an Arcana check to see if I could find any strange magics around him?
Go ahead. Roll Arcana.
Well, shit. Oh, thank God for that. 16.
Okay. So you don't sense that there's any magic involved, but Corin, the more you look at it, the more you feel this has the hallmarks of a poison, not a single dose of poison, but from the striations in his hair and his fingernails, you figure it's probably long term.
Somebody close to him was poisoning him slowly over a long period of time.
I don't think I would have seen this without your help, Talmar. It definitely does seem that way. I think we should. Is the guy? How close is the guy who let us down here? The chancellor. Does he listening to?
The chancellor's not there. That's way too many stairs for his old ass.
Oh yeah.
He had a
Because-
servant lead you down, and there are guards out front.
The question is, who would have this kind of access to the king?
I think this is something that we should maybe talk to Connor about before we do anything else.
Should we find? Should we try anything else? I think that Rael was saying something that she could try on the body as well.
I did. He might. I mean, I don't know what his mental state was in the last days.
Will it be telepathy, or will he like start talking like out loud?
I've
Pretty sure
never
starts-
used it, so I
Pretty
don't
sure
know.
he starts talking out loud.
Okay. I think we may need to ask the people in here to leave then. Because we're going to do some nasty bits.
I am just a little concerned about. I don't know how suspicious Tauranian people are, but I think raising their king from the dead, even for a little bit, might be a little iffy.
Maybe we should ask. I don't know. We could ask him.
I
see
would
if we
like
can
to
convince him
ask
leave.
Connor before I do that.
Okay.
We've run everything by the king now, you guys.
Well, I'm not running everything by fucking Connor every time I sneeze.
Technically,
ask
he
for
is
the
the new
king's-
king.
You have to ask for the king's assent before you use the privy.
And generally,
I'll
if you
have to
have the
ask him a
permission,
hand I can wipe with too.
if you have the permission of the king, then nobody else can question it.
Exactly. See, Rael's smart. We should listen to her.
Some days.
So you guys go and find Connor to ask him.
We go to tell Connor like what we find on the found of the body about things in the hair and like greenish fingertips. I think
Poison, yo.
he was poisoned.
Oh, I can please you, Connor.
Oh, God. Well, this is escalated quickly. So you're asking to do what?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that we think that the old king was poisoned over a long period of time.
And I'm curious to see if he would know who that was that had it out for him.
I can think of a few likely suspects.
Oh, so can I. I believe his son is the one. His son is one that I would believe would be willing to stoop to poisons. But as well, as much as I like the Chancellor, there's always an opportunity for him to remove someone who wasn't willing to work with him.
There's also always the possibility that someone was seeking to destabilize Tal Ren.
Right.
Oh.
It might be related more to our main enemy, perhaps.
No,
Might have
guys,
even
it's
been-
all about me and nothing about the demon. Yeah,
Might have even
that-
been Dunstan.
Poison is not Dunstan's style. He would have made a show of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
You would just push him out a window or something.
He would have pushed him out a window, would have gutted him on the throne. It would have all been about making a statement that this is his and this is his to take. It wouldn't have been a poison in the night. Poison in the night.
Many nights.
Many.
Many, many moons.
That's why everybody thought he was sick.
So long-term poisoning.
Well, he was, except it was somebody's doing.
Do we know what kind of poison it was? Does anybody know poisons?
I think we would need the professor's help on that. I don't know anything about poisons.
Where is the professor?
I don't know.
Connor, don't you know where the professor is? You're king of this place.
Yes, and me being king does not make me omnipotent in my fucking castle.
Lo and behold, you find you have a connection to the castle now, and you see all. Oh God, do you see all?
Connor is now on the floor just going, future.
You have Blackmall Keep, and now this. So yes, you have two.
Well, Blackmall keeps the summer home.
Yeah,
That's where we winter.
yeah.
It's the professor has found a quiet part in working. I'm going to start fast tracking this through instead of tediousness of you walk up the stairs and you look around. The professor's easy enough to find, and servants will go, yeah, no, I saw the Did the wizard go this way? Shiny and Crown.
Don't we have earrings that could just communicate with the professor?
Yeah, Connor has an earring that goes to the professor.
Didn't he give me one too?
No?
Remember he had the over conversation?
That was Connor's one I gave to you.
Oh, okay. See, Connor, you could have known where he was immediately.
This is a true fact.
Just saying.
Well,
So you guys found the professor.
Yes, we found the professor.
Yes, what is it? I am quite busy.
Do you know anything about poisons?
Not really. Is it magical poison?
we
Maybe?
don't know.
What
I
do we
didn't
need
sense
about-
anything
what
magic,
do we need to know
but-
about poisons for?
Well, we're pretty sure the king was poisoned.
Well, that probably
Slowly.
makes sense. He's been sick for a long time, and Talrenians are barbarians.
Oh,
Not you,
Yes.
Connor.
Do you mean in the sense that they're barbarians, so they don't get sick a lot, and it's weird that they got
They have
sick?
high con scores.
No, I
Yeah.
mean that obviously someone has wanted to have the throne for a long time, and he's been poisoned. The word of his sickness has been around for quite a while. Are we now?
Barbarians
Do we
don't
know how
really
long?
poison.
Do we know how long that his sickness has been? Like how long he's been sick?
I'm thinking.
so he's been sick maybe for the last 9 to 10 months.
How long have we been together as a group?
Well, our 6-month anniversary was.
Well,
You
in game,
motherfuckers
though.
didn't get me a goddamn thing.
Yeah, because you
We
just
got
joined
you
us
on
last.
Kingdom!
He got
Yeah,
himself a
late.
kingdom.
God.
It
That's
was
what you
in
get
the
for
mail.
being the last person.
It wasn't even gift wrapped. No
God damn it,
bow.
babe.
This is bullshit. You hazard to guess that he's been sick longer than you guys have been together.
Interesting. So this predates the release of Demoriel.
Hmm.
Are we getting caught up in investigating a death? I don't think we have time for that.
No, I was thinking about it, but I just was curious, you know? I mean,
I want to. This just to me has the fingerprint of Demoriel over it.
To me, it has the fingerprints of Talred all over it, but you're welcome to investigate as you see fit. I've made more earrings.
Oh, cool! Can I have one?
Yes.
Hooray! Then we can discuss the etiquette of saying over when we get off this some more.
I'm not saying that once I get one of those.
And
Oh,
then I
for
had
fuck's sake.
Aradir one.
Ha-ha.
So now,
somewhere,
Talmar-
wherever I am in the palace.
Oh, you're not here?
I'm not there. No.
Never mind. You don't get an earring then. Who's else is here?
Rael, I think.
It was Rael and Corin.
I had Corin one. So that means Corin, Connor, Talmar, and I have earrings.
Yes.
Need 3 more.
You need 3 more. You've already started on the next one.
Damn, Professor. Making these fast as shit.
We don't have time to waste.
You know, when
Yeah.
this is all over, we could totally go into business selling these. I think they'd be really popular.
Yes, perhaps one day if I retire and don't die, until that day, we press on. Perhaps we should get some rest. I do believe Connor has to be coronated tomorrow morning.
Yes, he does. Eventually, Cedric comes by and tells you that the guest wing has been prepared for you. There's a specific guest wing for you. It's for the royal guests.
We get an entire wing to ourselves.
You do. The other lords get the other guest wing. Dear God.
I prefer drumsticks, but wings are okay.
You all settle in for the night after a modest feast. There is promise that tomorrow will be even grander than anything you can ever dream. You all settle down to rest. As you do, Aaron Deer,
Oh boy, let me get my
Oh
pencil.
boy, another nightmare.
Okay.
you you dream of walking through the forest once again. There's a scent of smoke as you crest the hill, the verdant forest turning scarlet. You hear screaming and crying, and above all, you hear a child's voice raised in song. It's, if first it's hard to make out, but you hear it. It is a lullaby being sung. And you hear the child exhale. And for a moment you swear this all seems familiar to you before, but you're not quite sure. And you hear, please, help. And you wake up in a cold sweat again. It's hard not to have that voice echo in your head, the words bouncing around there, the feeling that there's someone out there who needs your help, but you know this isn't true. It's a dream. But the more you have it, the more you wonder, but what if, and what it might pertain to. And
I was gonna say, I just sit up with my head in my hands and try to get more sleep.
you try to fall back to sleep. It is as fitful. But eventually you drop off, and dawn rises, turning the Whitestone City gold, as the dawning of a new age of Talren rises with it, the age of Black Maul, led by Connor himself, the new king of Talren. And that is where we're leaving off for the evening. And I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, fuck yes.
Woohoo!
So we'll pick up next week with the coronation.
Yeah,
Oh
someone's
my
gonna.
God.
This is gonna be awesome.
Wear some
Amazing.
dress armor. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm totally picturing Connor just like, I hate doublets.
God, like I literally said it. Like I imagine Connor now doing Conan King status at this moment.
Yep.
Just gonna walk.
Oh,
in
for
with
sure.
a
That's how
skull in
I
your
saw
hand.
him taking the throne.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope you guys had lots of fun.
Always do.